are a corporate trainer. You were a corporate trainer. You left Bangalore. You left your family there, and you left your well-paid, well-settled job. Okay, and you came here. So, what do you think? What is the reason for it? I would like to know.
The whole structure is made of mud, and you can
Made
see,
of mud,
yeah,
right?
and you
Right.
can see natural buildings has already gone out of the practice, and we
Right.
stay in cement buildings. It gives just the effect of that we are closed. You feel more safe inside, and then you don't want to come out.
Right.
But here, I'm mostly out rather than I'm inside in a room.
That's
Sitting
true.
inside a
That's
room or
true.
maybe watching Netflix. Right, that is the only pastime we have.
Hey everyone, this is your coach Sujatha, and finally, welcome to the podcast of Sujatha. As you all know that I've started my podcast journey, and from here onwards I'll be interviewing so many amazing people, and I'll make sure that I'll bring best people on this platform so that you get amazing contents and amazing knowledge, experiences and learnings from the people whom I'll be interviewing. So the entire motto of the podcast is the same, and like you guys have supported me throughout my journey from the year of 2019 till 2023, so I would need the same support in this journey of podcast of mine. Just be supportive, be there for me, and I'm starting off with an amazing guest from this episode. I had interviewed this amazing guest directly from Nanital for you guys. So I'm talking about Sneha. Sneha is a certified yogic trainer again, and she had a beautiful journey that I couldn't stop myself without interviewing her and coming back to Bangalore. So to talk about Sneha, what are the things that we have covered in this entire podcast? What are the things that we spoke? If Sneha was a well settled, she was getting paid well in Bangalore, and she moved out of this amazing life to the mountains, and she started a new life over there. So I'll be talking about how she started her journey from the well settled job to the new place completely from the scratch. And we'll also be talking about the right way of doing meditations and yoga. And again, we have also spoken an amazing thing, that how can you live happily even when you have no money or less money. Okay, so the best part about this podcast is that we are very much afraid of taking our decisions in our life, right? And that's the one of the most important thing that we'll be discussing in this podcast. So watch the podcast, you will love this amazing conversation that we'll have together, and keep supporting. See you there.
Hey everyone, so welcome to the podcast of Sujatha, and here we have Sneha from directly from Nainital over here. So this is our first podcast and with our first guest over here. So I had come to Nainital for a retreat, and I met this amazing person, and like I wanted to have a conversation with her. I loved her story, so I thought that let this story reach to people and let you guys get inspired from her story. So to talk about a bit about Sneha, so Sneha is a former CrossFit trainer turned corporate yoga guru and brings her spiritual journey at renowned Isha Coimbatore Ashram to empower others with her life enchanting enhancing habits. So she has also spent enough time with Sadhguru, so she had a lot of experiences that to share with you guys. So stay connected till the end. So Sneha, again welcome to
Thank
the
you so much.
podcast.
Thank you so much.
So Sneha, I would like to know from you that you are a corporate trainer. You were a corporate trainer. You left Bangalore. You left your family there, and you left your well-paid, well-settled job. Okay, and you came here. So what do you think? What is the reason for it? I would like to know.
Okay, there are few things, but I want to really correct. I have not spent time with Sadhguru, but yes, I've spent time in the ashram for 7 months as a sadhana pada participant. Yeah, he was always there, but him being physically there is not much needed. I think his energy is anyway so. So you already feel it right from the video also. So,
Right.
so yeah, the ashram has his energy much more than that. So yeah, one thing is that, and my family actually belongs in Assam, and I'm from Bangalore. I've been living in Bangalore because of the work, and I've done my college, studies also वहाँ पे. So when I came, so the reason now that why I have come from Bangalore is here. It's been a very long time that I wanted to get out of Bangalore, because Bangalore, as you all know, is becoming so crowded nowadays.
Right.
And somewhere, when you start this journey of yoga and meditation, you like more silence,
Right.
and you want to be connected to the nature, right?
Right.
So that was really missing in life, because we don't have any place in Bangalore that I can just get out and I can get connected to the nature. Maybe I can just keep my feet on the soil be connected to the fresh air. Like we have 22% oxygen
Right,
here in Julie Court where I am right
right.
now at Vista. So this is the major reason, the silence and the nature I wanted to connect to. And the major thing I wanted to do is have this mud house experience. I always want to build a mud house for myself because I do pottery as well, so connection to soil is very important, I guess, and that's what I got here. So
Wow.
the whole, as she has also experienced.
Right.
So but here we have so much to do. I am right now, I mean, I think she is going to show you next, like what is the view
I'll take
on the opposite. Like we have the whole range of
whole mountains
Himalayas.
over here.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and half of the time I'm outside, I'm not somewhere inside in a cement building. So it completely changes the way you feel, the way you experience yourself,
Right.
and the silence, right? Right now we are not using any kind of speakers, but it's so clear, I
Clear,
guess.
right. I think we should have flipped the camera angle that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
There's so many mountains right in front of us.
But we are gonna show you.
Right.
Yeah.
So Sneha, that's amazing, yeah. And to be very honest, I came here just for 3 days, and I can feel it. I don't feel like sitting at home inside the room, but I'm spending 95% outside,
Yeah.
and it feels so good in the silence because I am in Bangalore. There's always traffic. There's always pollution. There's you don't feel like breathing sometimes. The kind of pollution that you have,
But you have to
and
breathe for being
हाँ,
alive.
just but here it's so calm, so silence. It's beautiful. So that's amazing. So once you decided to shift from from Bangalore and the well settled job, so how much time did you take to think about it? Because it's a big task. And what was the challenges that you came across while you took this decision? Because there are a lot of people who are looking forward for the same experiences. That I have met few people again, but they say that Arey, I have loans, maybe I have to do this for parents. They have a lot of other things. So how can someone take up this challenge and make a decision for themselves?
See, I would say that it's completely very individualistic because everybody has their own responsibilities
Right.
they are coming from. So I am very lucky that my parents are very supportive. I've always been the one who goes against the rules.
Same.
Yeah, of my parents. So my parents know that there's no point telling her, and it took me a long time. It's not that easy to take a decision. It took me almost 4 years to get to this point.
Wow.
And trust me, I was always waiting for that. Let me save this much. Let me save that much. Only then I'll go out and do something. But a point came in my life that if not now, then when?
When?
And your years will keep passing by like this because you cannot save in Bangalore, especially when you stay in such a city. You are in a
Cost of living is
competition.
more.
Yeah, and also you're in a competition that okay,
Right.
someone is getting this, so why not get this? Why not get that? So yeah, I never had too many possessions, but yes, I would say that I didn't invest much in. I never had EMIs. I always used to buy things only when I have that money. So I think that
Right.
really worked for me, and. And I always try to live minimalistically, and especially in the last 9 months, 7, 8 months, I started living minimalistically. Like I try to dump as many clothes of mine as I can, which I'm
Right.
not using.
Right.
There was certain electronics which I was not very interested, but I was not using. And also I started sleeping on the floor. I mean, I'm just saying that there are a few things that I started doing to get into that zone,
Right.
right? That okay, how to live even with less money and
Right.
still you can have productive time.
Right.
But yeah, I would say if for individuals, it's all about your priority, right? I
Right.
have given my mind and my peace more priority, but there are people who have families and they have kids and they have a lot of things to do.
Right.
But yes, you can figure it out. It's gonna take time, but I guess there's a lot that you can do for yourself. But yeah, I mean, if you just take a leap and if you just have faith, everything works out. And I think
Right.
for me, things are, I guess, working out. It's gonna take time in terms of finance. Otherwise, I'm very happy. I'm so
Wow.
content.
Wow. Wow.
I feel so happy that I took this decision because it's working for me, and I am satisfied with what I have right now. But yes, I'm working on my finances,
Right.
how to get it done. But nowadays there are a lot of things that you can do.
Right.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
there's so many
Absolutely.
opportunities that you have
Right.
nowadays. It's not only fixed that you have to be an engineer or you have to be a doctor or maybe you have to
Right.
work in a corporate. Only then you can get money. But there are a lot of things that you can explore through
Right.
skills. So I think skills are something that someone can learn and then explore.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Amazing. That was beautifully answered. And again, I have two questions with the same answer again. So number one, you spoke about EMI, that you don't buy something with EMIs.
Yeah.
You buy only when you have that money.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the biggest mistake. Most of them, they are doing that. They buy something that they don't need even on EMIs.
Yeah.
And that's where they lack. Their finance ka struggle hai, financial burden hai. So that stops them from exploring a lot of things. Like they can't travel. They'll have to think a lot before investing.
Yeah.
And so I think this was the best thing that you mentioned, that buy something once you have that money, or stop spending on something that you don't need them.
Yeah, and I mean, I would like to say one more thing. I never had a credit card.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the best thing that you
yeah.
can do.
So having a credit card is like, is the worst thing I think. But yeah, I mean, there are many people who use it wisely. Like if you can spend, so you can taking a credit card is only feasible if you can spend that much,
Right.
right? So I never had that kind of spending. So yeah, I never took a credit card. So that was one thing. Second thing is I do believe that half of the generation right now, the marketing is as such that people are making you addicted to spend, right? So now even if you're earning a lot of, suppose a lakh or 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, I've seen people even they are on debt because you are giving EMIs like the whole month, and maybe here you will earn less than that, maybe 20% of it, but you're gonna save a lot because your expenditures are very less because you're hardly spending on your food, or even if you're traveling, there are a lot of modes of travel. So even I started doing that as well. I started taking modes of travel which are a little cheaper, like I started traveling on train, on buses. So I like the slow living now because I know that okay, from Delhi to from Bangalore to Nanital, it takes 2 days. And it's okay. Let me take 2 days, and I keep seeing the view when I come here. So there are certain kinds of pros and cons, but it's all about, I also listed out the pros and cons when I came here. But I know that my cons were more when I came here, but still I opted for that because that was my priority.
Right.
So it all depends on that.
Right. That's absolutely amazing, and that's amazingly answered again. And most important thing is that people take enough of time with regards to taking such decision, and I think that's needed because you need to spend that much thinking, understanding what is pros and cons for yourself, because for you it could be different, for them it could be different. So that's one of the thing. And the way you mentioned that, even if it is, because I'll tell you, I was so messed up कि अरे उधर बॉस का कॉल आ गया, उधर किसका करना है, उसको बात करना है, उस क्लाइंट से बात करो. I'm like so messed up in my
And
mind.
India, there is no like time. People can call you at 11:30 or 1 p.m. also.
I used to take sessions at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, so that's
when I was to work with US client.
Yeah.
So that was
उनको सोने देते पर हम जगे रहेंगे.
हम सो जगे रहते हैं. अब फ्लेक्सिबल रहना ही पड़ेगा आपको काम के साथ. जब मैं इधर है, there is so calmness, and I realized कि यार, I don't want to become a money printing machine.
Yeah.
I want to also have happiness, calmness end of the day, because I literally used to spend. I started practicing this, that I started spending at least 30 minutes for myself sitting under the moon, having my me time. Before this, I wasn't doing this, so that started affecting me mentally again. So the moment I came here between the mountains, there's digitally Wi-Fi ऐसे भी उतना नहीं मिलता, network का issue था. And I think that when I started eliminating digital things, gadgets, I started having so much of calmness. And end of the day, you need calmness, happiness and peace in your life, because I met one of the person recently, and he said that I have everything in my life, but the thing is I am not happy with my life. So end of the day, if you're earning so much of money but you're not happy, then I think that you need to recheck where the things went wrong.
Definitely.
Right. So I also had this one final question, that how can someone practice yoga, or what is your opinion that how can someone practice yoga and meditation even when they are working?
Yeah.
Because people have lot of different thoughts about कि अच्छा मुझे properly बैठना है, properly यही करना है, नहा के बैठना है. There's a lot of other things that we have been hearing about yoga and meditation. So what is your opinion and how one can practice? So we'd like to know from you.
Yeah. See, I mean, that's the reason I used to always be away from social media. But I figured out one thing, that social media is also a very, very amazing tool if you can use it wisely. If you don't work against yourself, right? So now, as she has come for this retreat, so now we've started organizing retreats, and which can help people to understand that how, if you connect to nature, it can completely change who they are. Yeah, they can actually feel that the amount of oxygen, and also the connection that you can feel while you're doing yoga in the nature. So yeah, that is one effort from my side, but I understand not everybody can come here and can take out their time. For them, I think, and this is a very big awareness that I want to spread, and that yoga is not only about postures. Okay, in fact, postures are a medium to go into meditation. Uh, the whole yogic science, or the yoga that is coming from, it was the yoga postures were done to attain moksha.
Right.
Okay, now moksha can be a very heavy word for many people, but I would just say a kind of freedom from your clutters of your mind and physical body ailments.
Right.
So it's to not only physically heal you, but physically, psychologically, physiologically, right?
Right.
So for those people, I think, who are interested in knowing themselves and connecting themselves, I would say that just do yoga. Even if you're not want to do postures, if you don't feel like doing postures, completely okay. Just sit down in any place. In fact, yoga has nothing to do have to sit like you have to sit in cross leg only, or you have to sit
I
in
realize
padmasana
that.
only, right? You can just sit in a normal chair, right? It has nothing to do with your sitting posture. It has everything to do with how you're connecting to yourself with your eyes closed.
Right.
Even people do eyes open meditation. Just open your eyes and try to focus on anything.
Right.
I would say that the best thing that you can do if you're not able to meditate with closed eyes, or if it's very difficult for you, you can start with chants. Chants are really great. This way that you can start meditation, the very simple way is just start chanting. Now the mantra chants that if you need help, I would suggest that you can start like we did
Right.
Yogeshwarai chant, which is by Sadhguru. So it's available on YouTube. You can just go to that. It's a very powerful chant. How did
That's
you
true.
feel about it?
I must tell you that this was one of the best yoga. The kind of yoga that I told you that I was doing outside, I was practicing outside from all of the gurus, was totally different that I was practicing here in the retreat. Oh my god, it was amazing. I was able to connect with myself, which was missing, because if I'm not connecting with myself, I was every part of me was affecting, and that's something that I realized it was a good experience with you. The breathing exercises, the laughter exercises, I realized I was breathing wrong as well for the last 27 years. So it was a very good experience, and I think people, Sneha keeps doing a lot of retreats, so definitely just I'll put her Instagram page over here as well, so you can definitely have very good insights with her. And if you can come to Nainital, that will be the best experience, because currently we are shooting this video from Nainital, and if you
After
can
the
come
retreat.
after
All
the retreat,
refreshed.
so if you can come here, do come and make this happen at least once, experience over here. If not, we'll figure it out again. So it was a good experience, Neha, and thank you so much for being in this podcast. I love the conversation, and looking forward for the more retreats together and more amazing experience with you. So till then, signing off. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.